What's up, interwebs? I'm Tim Green. This is my writing channel, and you are listening to the Skyler Grant Podcast. The podcast that goes through the only novel I've ever pantsed and completed, and we're reading it. My buddy Adam Daley at the ZOP Gaming channel.
Hello.
Is reading it a chapter each episode, which he'll read chapter 31 today.
Yes.
This being the 31st episode, you know.
Whoa, no way.
Only 16 more to go.
All right.
But we'll do that, and afterwards we'll discuss the chapter, the overall story that we can remember. I'll try to remember what I was thinking when I wrote this, all that good stuff. But before we get to the reading, if you go on to enjoy this podcast, why don't you go and smash that like button as a prayer to the holy algorithm. And subscribe because I got writing content on this channel. With all that stuff out of the way, Adam, when you're ready.
All right. Skyler Grant, written by Tim R.G., narrated by Adam Daley. Chapter 31. April 25th, 4:19 p.m. Skyler quickly threw the Jared over his right shoulder and extended his hand to Hillary. She grabbed it, slipping her fingers in between his and squeezed. They took off. Skyler ran off the streets into the woods where they have been before it all went down. Hillary followed, running hard to keep up. She could not believe that Skyler was able to run as fast as he could with Jared over his shoulder and him holding on to her. They continued to run until they were deep into the woods, when they heard the slamming of car doors behind them. Hillary knew they had reached the other van and were on their way after them. They slowed down and found a path that headed back towards the school. Once on the path, Hillary could feel Skyler pulling her to move faster. She was already running as fast as she could. "Skyler, I can't run any faster," said Hillary, pulling him to slow down. "We need to keep moving. They're not far behind," said Skyler, slowing down. "We are head back towards the high school because I know that they are going to think we went the other way to get away, not head back towards where they still have people." "That's nuts. Why go where they might have people?" "I can take care of them, and they will not be expecting us, so we have the element of surprise." "Okay, slow down some. How are you able to run this fast with Jared on your shoulder anyway?" "None of his weight is on me. I'm holding him close to me, but without any of his weight on me." "That's impossible." "Kind of how I caused the car you were in to have the back lift up in the air. I have telekinetic abilities, so that's how I'm holding him without any weight." "You mean the reason why they kidnapped me is true?" "Yes." "How did you not get on the list?" "Someone deleted my name who once worked for them before they could come after me. I'll explain everything once we are free." "Okay." The two continued moving as fast as Hillary could go. After a few minutes, Skyler got off the path and headed deeper into the woods and continued heading towards the high school. Hillary was not sure why he was heading back that way. Sure, everything he said, but she believed there was another reason he was not telling her. They continued for a few minutes once they got off the path and came to some rock formations coming out of the mountain. They went in there to rest. Hillary was about to ask him to stop when they did, because she needed to catch her breath. She sat on a rock, leaned back against the cold, damp rock wall, sucked in on the cool air. "Stay here. I'll be right back," said Skyler after carefully laying Jared down next to Hillary. Then he was up and ran further into the rock formation. Hillary was not sure what he was doing. She knew he had a reason why he got up and vanished. she did her best not to harp on it. She focused on catching his breath, sucking in air, and being ready to move once Skyler came back. As she rested his head against the rock wall, she closed her eyes. Within a few moments, she was out. "Hillary," said a voice. Hillary's eyes shot open as she sat up. She looked in the direction the voice came to see Skyler standing next to her, holding a bottle of water. She quickly relaxed. Her heart was racing from the unexpected calling of her name. "You okay?" asked Skyler, still holding the water bottle. "Yes," said Hillary, taking the water bottle from him. I must have passed out." "Yeah, you did. I came back and found you asleep. I figured I would let you rest since there was no one in sight. However, we need to make a move. Drink some water while I wake Jared." "What?" She watched as Skyler pulled from a backpack that was the reason why he left, an injector gun with a purple liquid in it. He knelt down next to Jared and quickly stuck it into his neck and pulled the trigger. The liquid shot into him, and he pulled it out all in 10 seconds. Hillary figured it was something to counteract the tranquilizer. Realizing how thirsty she was, she unscrewed the top of the water bottle and took several gallops before pulling back and putting the top back on. Damn you, Tim. You're making me laugh. "Drink," said Skyler after unscrewing the top. Oh, wait. A few moments went by. Jared started to move. 5 more, he was awake. Skyler helped him sit up and handed him a water bottle. "Drink," said Skyler, unscrewing the top. "This will help the drug counter the tranquilizers." "Thanks," said Jared, taking the water and taking a gallop. "You never did tell me how you knew they were going to use super strong dose." "I figured that the moment Daniels informed them of my abilities, the first thing they would think of was to use a stronger dose. Would use the normal dose first, and if that did not work... However, after I gave Daniels the message, I went over to Prattsville and stopped them from taking a girl by the name of Jenna. One of their soldiers got me in 2 or 3 shots, not sure, and it had a small effect on me. He actually got away, and I'm sure he reported that he saw me on the ground, but still awake." That didn't answer my question." "I took a guess. Geez, you think you would pay attention after all the years of friendship? You think you would... You would think that you... Okay. You think you would have learned to cut to the point instead of beating around the bush with all these pointless information." "You two are so great together," said Hillary, laughing as she heard them go at each other. A few minutes passed, and Jared was ready to leave. Hillary felt better, and they stood up. They saw no sign of the soldier. Hillary wondered if Skyler's plan had worked, and they were all heading back towards Angel Groves instead of the high school. 10 minutes passed, and Hillary saw Skyler stop. He motioned for them to stay put, and he walked up further. They noticed the edge of the woods were carefully surveyed to make sure it was clear. She thought they had reached the high school, and he was making sure no one was there. After a few minutes, he motioned for them to come. Jared went first, followed by Hillary. When they joined Skyler in the open, she was surprised they were at Skyler's home. "I knew it," said Hillary, looking at Skyler. "You came this way to see your parents." My parents aren't here," said Skyler, looking back at her. "I sent them away 4 days ago, so they would not expect us to come here." Hillary was not sure about this. She only arrived back in town 2 days ago, but was not sure how long the man with the tie and his people were there. Skyler walked up to the back door, and as Jared and Hillary followed. Once on the back porch, he lifted up the small plastic tree and found a gold key. He quickly stuck it into the lock, turned it, and opened the door. The three of them walked inside as Skyler closed it behind her. Bang! Ah! Screamed Hillary as Silver Dart appeared in Skyler's chest. Bang! Another one appeared right next to it, and Skyler fell back against the door with a bang and slid to the floor. Hillary turned around to see a man in all black standing in the doorframe between the kitchen and the living room. Bang! He fired again. This time the dart embedded in Jared's chest, who fell to the floor with a thud. Your turn, said the soldier. I won't go back. Bang!
Gallop.
Yeah. They were just going for a good old horsey run.
Yeah. Sorry, I
And
didn't mean to.
the amount of times that you left entire letters out of
Yeah.
Instead of they, it was the. And in one time you forgot the E in they, so it became thy.
I'll explain that in a second. But yeah, I'm sorry about me doing the whole gallop thing.
Oh my god, that threw me.
Yeah.
I
I didn't think you were paying much attention to me when I started doing that. I was just like this, like, oh, galloping.
Yep.
You just started laughing, like, oh, I made him.
because in my head immediately they were going for a gallop with this bottle of water. Then they took a quick gallop. Just ran around the room.
One thing I've noticed for my writing is I don't generally leave out words or letters. Generally a lot of times it's more of I space it.
Yeah.
I put the space between the letters so it goes off. I may go back and delete it to fix it, but then I actually add it back in sometimes. It's all because of how when I get writing, especially in action sequences.
Oh no, I totally get it. It's just wow.
Yeah. So you're telling me if I ran this through Grammarly before I printed this out and started doing it would have massively improved my writing?
You would have broken Grammarly.
I'm
sorry. It would have stopped
Like
and just started just crying.
the AI would have generated a little image of itself and and shooting itself.
It would be like,
and
why?
The website would just go blank.
It's just sitting in the corner with a shower. The steam isn't even going anymore. It's cold.
But yeah,
Like, why did you do this to me?
okay, I'm just gonna say what I know we're both thinking here, Adam.
Yeah.
They really should have not taken that gallop.
Yeah, I know.
If they did, they would have gone to the house before the soldier.
Way sooner.
Yeah, it's that little stroll, the gallop.
Yeah.
They would have been.
Each of them. I can't believe it.
Yeah, this chapter would have been better as part of the last chapter.
Oh, absolutely.
By far. It's just, yeah, there's this whole area, this section that we've been going through for a little bit. It's very easily that some of my breaking points could be stand on their own.
Oh yeah, you could easily have this entire arc be its own chapter, really.
Well, not just its own chapter, but like just having it be like, this could be its own chapter,
yeah,
as it is, but it would be a little bit better set up,
right,
for it. Actually, it probably, if you go into the last chapter, from when Skyler rips the door open, and gets her free and gets Jared out of the trunk.
Yep.
That's when it should be. We would go from there on. Could be its own chapter,
right?
Because that breaking point of the car accident and everything, a good stopping point.
Yeah.
But overall, what did you think of it, though?
I mean, a whole lot of nothing really happened in this, other than Hillary going, "Skyler, stop running so much," and Skyler going, "Oh, sorry, I forgot that I'm not dealing with a bunch of normies."
Yeah, this chapter,
which is hilarious because isn't Hillary supposed to have powers?
Not yet.
Okay.
Oops, spoilers.
Well, I mean, we know that the Institute has kidnapped her, so she has the potential.
Yeah, but spoilers. Oopsie.
Anyway.
So, but yeah, the idea of this one chapter could have been a lot more shortened.
Oh yeah,
by far. Especially since you're having a conversation when she can't, struggling to keep up, but managed to have a conversation.
Yeah, at the exact same time.
I don't know about you because you don't run.
No,
but I've never been able to run and have a conversation when I'm running that fast.
Yeah.
There's a saying. I think maybe it was in the military or somewhere I saw it. Like if you can talk, you're not actually moving fast.
You're not pushing yourself.
You're not pushing yourself. So the idea was this could have been easily shortened. All this conversation could have been shortened when he got to the rock formation.
Oh yeah.
Had that there. Then when Skyler goes to get the backpack in the water and she crashes.
Yep.
You could have done it there and just really shortened it.
Oh, absolutely.
And tighten that up. But again, first draft is what happens.
You know.
And you're going with it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I want to get your thoughts on so far over the overall story. Character. Do you think each character is very distinct, or do Skyler distinct and by characters I mean the main characters?
Okay.
Skyler's distinct, but the other ones sound very familiar.
So there is a very much a Skyler is the main character.
Yeah, obviously.
And that.
No. Sorry, Daniel's the main character.
Well, no,
you know
no,
the story's called Skyler Grant. It's clearly Daniel's the main.
No, you know how most ensemble casts they'll be like, "Hey, here is your main character," but these 5 are your main characters.
Well, I guess where it gets in debate with ensembles, because there's the debate that some people will always say you have to have a main character, even an ensemble, and your ensemble cast might your
who's your through story.
Well, no, like your ensemble cast will be very important overall, but there's still that one character who's the main character. And there's others who will be like, no, and there's great examples out there. Like, no, an ensemble cast is an ensemble cast with no main character. You might think, based on when you start off, generally when you start off with ensemble, you always feel like there's one main character. Depending on how the writing is and the people behind it, you'll eventually realize, oh, it's this ensemble. This is who we started with. It doesn't mean they're more important than anyone else.
Yeah.
But then you get the people who go, there's always only. It doesn't matter if you have an ensemble. You have an ensemble cast. I put air quotes around that.
Yeah.
No one can see me. But there's always there's only a main character. There's no such thing as a true ensemble, and that's bullshit.
Well, you have here a main character,
clearly a main character
with just everyone helping him.
Oh yeah,
and there is like.
I've made no...
As of right now, Hillary's only reason for existing in this story is to be Skyler's girlfriend.
Yep.
She has no drive. Jared is only there because he is the best friend.
Yep.
Jenna actually has a backstory to her.
Now.
Like, I'll be honest, if I was to redo this... I would have no problem having Jenna be the secondary main character. She has a distinct story, and Skyler is part of her story, much in the same way that she is a part of his story, but he has a different story.
Yep.
And you could easily do that. Like, hers is revenge on the people who killed her father and mother.
You know who's... I lied. I was just joking about Daniels being the main character.
Oh, yeah.
We all know the real main character is Jess.
Oh, absolutely. Who has shown up once.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And let's be honest, she was very defined character.
Oh, my God. Like, you knew what you were looking for when you wrote her.
I don't think I did it at the time, but I just knew I wanted someone to give it back to Skyler.
It was someone who just, no matter what, called him out.
Yeah.
It was like, no, shut the hell up.
It's like, I knew what I wanted from the scene, and it just, because it was driven through her. But yeah, she was one of the distinct characters. I do think, personally, Hillary, as we're going along, is getting a little bit more of a voice. Yes, part of that is because of your narration.
Yes.
But there is stuff, you're basing it off what you're reading.
Right.
There is some character there. There's a sparkle of a purpose there, but you're right. Her whole purpose right now is to be not just Skyler's girlfriend, the damsel in distress.
Yes.
And as much as people say you can't do the damsel in distress, you can, because
You can.
it's just when it always has to be a female is what the issue is, and that this damsel in distress is helpless.
Right.
Is the thing. You can always turn it around, which I think you'll find out. We'll see in a few chapters if you think I turned it around. If she was the damsel in distress,
I mean, honestly,
yes, she was, but how much was it?
Jenna's
typical.
Yeah, Jenna's storyline right now will be, after this happening, will be Skyler is my damsel in distress. I have to go rescue him.
Yeah, because remember, this is before we know that Jenna. This is before Jenna rescues him.
Yeah, he put himself in a place to get rescued.
Yep.
Thank you for
Yep.
being my damsel in distress.
Yeah, which is one of the reasons why I don't have a problem with doing the damsel in distress.
Right.
Because I put my main character, and he became a damsel.
Yeah, you needed your secondary character to rescue him.
Yeah. So.
And she was already a secondary character before you made her that, which is, most people would have tried to make the significant other
Oh yeah.
be the secondary character.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that's really cool. But I also kind of feel that they've made that into too much of a trope already.
Yeah.
By trying to not have the significant other be a damsel in distress, that they suddenly made the power couple too much. And I'm like, well, hold on. Every main character does not need to have significant other who is as good, if not better than them.
Because not everyone does, but like it's.
I'm like,
You see that more in the teens.
yeah, I know.
Old T shows.
But that'll be like, because of age moving along, that'll slowly become the norm.
Well, not always, because I think a lot of people realize, like, oh wait, that's like there's someone
subverting expectations is going back to old expectations.
Some people are trying to make that the norm, but as more and more people get older and they realize that's not the norm, it's stupid to have. Yes, you can have it here and there, but having everyone have to have a significant other who's just a boss as they are, not always needed.
I mean, sometimes it's really cool, like Sword Art Online. When you found out that Asuna is as badass or more than Kirito, that you just stop and go, okay, I mean, I accept this.
Spoilers. No, I'm not gonna watch that show.
But then there's others that, like, they suddenly have to drag them up.
Yep.
The significant other, suddenly they'll be, oh, I have a crush on him and I know he's got superpowers. And then, oh, he likes me. And now I have superpowers. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. I hate that.
Yeah. And I've made it very clear. Jared is only in here for right now.
I know.
He's going to disappear for a while. Appear back up for like 2 more chapters and then disappear again.
He's kind of a MacGuffin all on his own.
I needed something for my rescue plan, and I decided to bring the best
Jared!
bring a best friend into it. So that's how that came about.
I have to say, great use of the best friend.
Yeah. I do remember him getting powers in one of my attempts to expand the story beyond that.
Nope.
But I think that was the first attempt. I don't think he got the superpowers in the second revamp.
I honestly feel that Jared should never have powers, and that the biggest contribution that he ever does is literally getting hit. Throwing himself into a situation where everyone stops and goes, why? They had guns. And he was like, yeah, so I drove the car through the garage door. And they're like, but they had weapons on the other side of it. I know. I had these 3 backing me up, though.
If I thought about this, like, the way you could use Jared is he's smart.
Oh, yeah.
But not just smart. He becomes an enemy. He finally gets sick of Skyler's douchiness.
Oh, absolutely. Like,
his teen angstiness.
But the first arc is, he is the normal 4th member of this team who just keeps pushing himself way beyond where he should because he's squishy.
Yep.
And he has no ability to fight back. And then suddenly he does discover that he has the ability to fight back. Only it's been weird it's like some weird underhanded trickery thing. And he's like, yep, and I can do this now. And he then becomes, in the next arc, the villain.
Or not, then it'll be like a longer thing down the line.
And,
and
he's never kicked out of the group. Like, they still think of him as their friend. And he's like, no.
You pull the Naruto going after Sasuke arc. And I think he's still an ally, only to realize, oh no, he isn't.
Nope. Jared's not our friend anymore. What happened? Jared's following some alpha male on Twitter now, and Twitch. He's all about
the.
He's gone down the rabbit hole. It is not pretty.
He's got all about the SDE.
The what?
The SDE. Small dick energy.
Oh. I'm sorry, sir. That is called alpha energy, bro. Do you even lift? Like, that becomes Jared.
Do you
even
lift?
And it's just like, he's still chubby. And you're like, bro, do you lift?
Yeah.
Do you not see? I'm Skyler. My abs have abs. All right, bro.
Well, no, Skyler, he's got to be tall and scrawny because all his lifting comes from his telekinesis. So he never actually uses.
Oh no! But he is thin, like Adam Copeland.
Yes.
Edge. He's like that, where you're like, okay, wait, but he's also as fit as Finn Balor.
Yeah.
And Pac combined. That's why I said his abs have abs.
Yeah, I know.
He's just like, he's not big, but he is like that. He is lean.
Yeah.
Bruce Lee.
But
yeah.
So, but yeah, you're right. Most of all, like the characters, most of them, like there's pieces there that could flesh them out to full better characters.
Oh, absolutely. You
voices.
have all the key elements here to have a very, very fleshed out story. It's not.
It's a first draft.
It's the first time going through and discovering what these characters are doing.
Yeah.
And what their path really is.
And trying to figure out how to achieve the vision of the flashbacks and everything.
Well, yeah.
And like that. But anything else you want to add to this?
No, I can't wait for the next chapter.
All right. Well, we're going to end this episode here. What did you think this chapter? Do you agree that it could be greatly condensed down and be merged in with past chapters? Or do you think it was good? Really gave Hillary. See, even I can't tell the difference between the characters.
No. Jenna is a totally different character. She's way more badass.
If you agree that Jared, I mean Hillary. See, I can't tell the difference. I know.
Okay, that one I understand.
Hillary, a chance to shine and actually voice be read. Or let us know down in the comment section. Since you made it to the end here, I'm assuming you are enjoying the podcast and the story, or you just want to see how crazy it gets. Regardless, you're here. Why not go ahead and hit that subscribe button? Because I've got writing content on here.
Yes.
But more importantly, go and hit that like button. Smash the like button as a prayer to the holy algorithm.
The holy algorithm.
And again, subscribe because I got writing content. Speaking of that writing content, it's going to be on the screen now. I'll have the link to the other episodes of the podcast. So if you're not caught up, you can go catch up there. And the best recommended video for you. Thanks so much for listening. And whatever one you click on, we'll see you there. Bye!